wild is that we'll spend 3 hours scrolling TikTok, watching other people live their dreams, but we can't find 25 minutes to work on our own. We'll binge an entire season of a show about someone's comeback story while sitting in the exact same spot we were in last year, wondering why our life hasn't changed. And here's the part that's going to piss off some of you. Because it pissed me right off when I hit myself with this truth. You can't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Yeah, I said it. Now write it on your bathroom mirror. Okay, tattoo it backwards on your forehead so you can see it every morning. Embroider it on a pillow. Okay, if you need to. I don't care. But you need to hear this and you need to see this every single day of your life. Welcome back to Passion from Pain. I'm Amy Pease, and today we're having a conversation that's going to make you uncomfortable as hell. Which means it's exactly the conversation that you need to have. Because here's the deal. If you're sitting there frustrated, okay, that your life doesn't look the way you want it to, if you're mad that you're not healed yet, you're not confident yet, not living your purpose yet, then I've got one question for you. Are you actually doing the damn work? Or are you just thinking about doing the work while complaining that the work isn't working? Oh, yeah, that one stings a little different, doesn't it? The brutal reality check, okay? The survivor's trap. So settle in. Let's get real about something survivors don't want to admit. I didn't want to admit this. Okay, I didn't. I didn't want to look in the mirror and tell myself this truth. Okay. But when you finally leave the toxic relationship, the abusive family, the manipulative situation, there's this expectation that freedom is going to feel like fireworks and champagne bubbles. Like you're going to walk out of that burning building and boom, instant transformation. Birds singing, sun shining, you're healed, confident, and ready to conquer the world. Spoil alert, because that ain't how this works. What actually happens is you walk out of the burning building and you're standing in a pile of ashes, coughing up smoke, covered in soot, wondering why the hell you don't feel like a phoenix yet. And then this is where it gets messy. You start getting mad. Mad that you still feel anxious. Mad that you're triggered. Mad that you don't magically have your life together just because you left. And here's what I need you to understand. Leaving is just stopping the bleeding. Getting out, like running out of a car crash. Yeah, you escaped. That's huge. That took courage most people will never have to summon their entire lives. But you're still injured. You're still in shock. Your nervous system is still screaming, danger. Your brain is still wired for survival mode. And healing is the surgery, the physical therapy, the months of rehab that nobody wants to sign up for, but everybody needs. And there's 3 traps that keep you stuck. 3. Okay? 3 traps that I see survivors fall into over and over and over. And I'm calling them out because I lived all 3. I lived all 3, okay? I know. Trap number 1, the victim loop. This is where you get stuck in replaying the story. You tell everyone what happened to you. Can you believe this shit? Do you know what this guy did? Do you know what she did? Do you know what they did to me? Okay? You relive it, you analyze it, you post about it on all your social media. And don't get me wrong, speaking your truth is powerful, but there's a difference between processing your story and living in your story. When every conversation starts with, Well, when I was abused, or because of what they did to me, you're not healing. You're rehearsing. And the more you rehearse it, the deeper that groove gets into your brain. Trap number 2, the numb out zones. This is the I'm fine trap, where you distract yourself with Netflix binges, overworking, or my personal favorite, toxic positivity, good vibes, that bullshit, where you're not allowed to acknowledge that you actually are struggling, because that would be negative energy, right? And oh, I'm not healed yet. Let me just manifest harder, right? Let me light another candle and journal about abundance while ignoring the fact that I can't sleep through the night without nightmares. Avoidance doesn't heal trauma, it just postpones the bill. And trust me, the universe charges interest. Trap number 3, the waiting game. Oh, this one. This is where you sit around waiting for motivation to come. Okay. Waiting to feel ready, waiting for some magical sign from the universe that says, okay, now you can start. Now you're healed. Healing begins tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Newsflash. You're never going to be ready. You never are. You're never going to wake up one morning and suddenly feel motivated to do the hard work that you've been avoiding to do this whole time. You're not going to know how motivation works by just sitting and waiting for it to come. Okay, according to behavioral psychology research, and I'll spare you the boring details, okay, action comes before motivation, not after. Action comes before motivation, not after. Okay, you have to move first, then the motivation shows up, not the other way around. Okay. Oh, and real talk time. Okay, which trap are you in right now? Are you stuck in the victim loop, replaying the same story? Are you numbing out? Are you avoiding the real work? Or are you sitting there on the other side of this screen right now, waiting for motivation to magically appear in your lap like an Amazon Prime package? Drop a comment, be honest, because the first step to getting unstuck is admitting where you're stuck. And I'll promise you, you're not the only one. You're not. Okay. I was there. I was there. I would sit in my room, in my bed, covered, watching television, scrolling on the damn phone, waiting for the right post to show up, the right Instagram post, the right TikTok to show up that was magically going to have the right arrangement of words with the right background that was suddenly going to set my ass on fire. Okay. It never happened. Okay. It never came. I finally got so disgusted with where I was and how I was spending my time and how much time I was wasting, years of my life, that I finally decided that it was now or never. Okay. That's where the motivation starts. When you are so disgusted with where you're at, you just start to do the things because you have to. There is no other way. That perfectly fueled, directed, purposeful anger is a beautiful thing when you get that. Trust me. Oh, trust me. Trust me. So, why your brain fights the work? Okay, the science of being stuck. So let's talk about why doing the work feels so damn hard, because I know some of you are thinking, Amy, it's not that I don't want to heal, it's that I can't. And I hear you. I hear you. I do. But here's the thing. It's not that you can't. Okay. So I want you to quit telling yourself that now. We need to get that framework, that mentality, that mindset, that sentence out of your head. Okay. It's that your brain is literally wired to resist it. Your nervous system is not trying to heal you, it's trying to keep you alive. That is what it is designed to do. And if you go back and you listen to the faking it till you make it episode, and you listen to the self sabotaging episodes of this podcast, you're going to understand the neuroscience behind why that is happening and how to fix it too. There's some really good tips in those episodes on how to fix it. Okay. And I'll link those episodes in the description here so you can go back and watch those next. All right. But it is, your nervous system is not trying to heal you, it is trying to keep you alive. Exactly what it is designed to do. You are working and functioning as you're supposed to. You're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay. When you've been through the traumas, okay, whether that's abuse, manipulation, toxicity, whatever, your nervous system learns to stay on high alert. Okay, it's like having a really aggressive security guard living in your body who never takes a day off. Every time you try to relax, that security guard screams, "Danger! It's a trap! We need to stay vigilant." Vigilant. I can't talk. It's a tongue twister. It's okay. I know you guys still love me. It's all right. But every time you try to trust someone, okay, that guard is yelling, right? Remember what happened last time? Nope, not this time. We're not doing that. Every time you try to step out of your comfort zone, that guard slams the door and locks it, screaming, "Too risky. Stay small. Stay safe." Okay. And so when you feel the resistance to doing the work, it's not weakness. That's your nervous system doing its job. It's trying to protect you from what it perceives as danger. The problem, your nervous system can't tell the difference between actual danger and the discomfort of growth, because to the brain and the nervous system, it's the same thing. And the work your brain doesn't want to do, okay? Face the truth about what happened. Your brain does not want to face the truth about what happened, because naming abuse means acknowledging you were hurt. And acknowledging that you were hurt means feeling the pain. Okay. And your brain is like, hard pass. Okay. Let's just pretend it wasn't that bad. Okay. Your brain doesn't want to set boundaries because boundaries might make people mad. And people being mad at you might seem like rejection. It's going to feel like rejection. And a rejection might mean you end up alone. And alone might mean you don't survive. Or rejection creates a confrontation that you don't want to have. And then you're thinking about the consequences of such confrontation. Your nervous system is talking to you. Okay. It's dramatic. It's dramatic as hell. Okay. Your brain doesn't want to try new things because new things are unpredictable, and unpredictable means potential danger. And your brain would rather keep you miserable but safe. Okay. It rather not. It doesn't care if you're happy. You know, it's going to keep you miserable, but it's going to keep you safe. You're not going to be happy. Okay. But it's certain that you're safe, and that is what your brain wants to do. So basically, your brain is that overprotective parent who won't let you leave the house because you might get hit by a meteor, right? Like, yes, technically possible, but also you can't live your whole life hiding in the basement just in case, right? You can't. So, what do you do when your brain is fighting you every step of the way? You do the work anyway. Not because it feels good, because it doesn't. Not because you're motivated, because you're not. And not because you're ready, because you'll never be. You do it because survival is boring, and you didn't crawl your way out of hell just to set up camp in purgatory. Or did you? You know, I sure as hell didn't. You do it because results don't come from good intentions, they come from action. You do it because every time you choose to face the discomfort instead of avoiding it, you're rewiring that brain. You're teaching that overprotective security guard that it's actually safe to grow now. And yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to feel scary. The nervous system is going to throw a temper tantrum like a toddler who doesn't want to leave the playground. I've been there too. I could tell you a story about a time that I had to drag my son out of the playground, kicking and screaming, everybody looking, thinking that I'm kidnapping my son. My autistic son. He just did not want to go. We'd been there for 2 hours. I had to go to work, and I swear to God, people were about to call the cops on us. That is what your nervous system is doing, kicking and screaming, like my son who didn't want to leave the playground. But here's what I need you to know, okay? Discomfort is not the same as danger. Just because something feels hard doesn't mean it's hurting you. Sometimes the hardest thing is actually the exact thing that's going to heal you. So here's your homework. And I actually want you to do this. Don't just nod along. Don't just save this for later. Someday I'm going to do this, or I'd like to do that someday, and then you totally forget about it. Screw that. We're done with that, right? We're taking action now. Think about one area where you've been avoiding the work. Okay, just one. I don't want you to overthink this. I don't want you to put 10 things in front of you. I just want you to think about one area that you've been avoiding the work, where you've been waiting to feel ready and hoping that it'll get easier. Okay. Or, telling yourself you'll deal with it someday. One of those things that you've been avoiding, right? And then next, what's one small step? Emphasis on small, tiny. It's one tiny little step that you could take today. Not next week, not when you feel motivated. Today. Today. Today's today. Not tomorrow's today or yesterday's today. Today it's today. Today, the day you're watching this video, right? Okay. And if you're feeling brave, I want you to share it. Post it in the comments of this video. DM me on Instagram, on TikTok, here on YouTube, on Facebook. I'm everywhere. It's not hard to find me. And make it real by putting it out there. When it's in here, it's your imagination. When you put it out there, well, that's real. Okay? It has made it into the physical world. The work nobody wants to talk about. Okay, the inner work. Okay. Let's get into that actual work. And I'm going to be honest with you, none of this is Instagram worthy. There's no before and after photo. Nobody's going to give you a medal for journaling through your trauma at 2 a.m. Okay. But this is the work that changes everything. Inner work is about getting honest with yourself in ways that are going to make you uncomfortable. It's looking in the mirror and admitting, I'm not healed yet. And that's okay. It's journaling the ugly thoughts, the ones you'd never say out loud, so you can actually see them for what they are: thoughts, not truth. It's sitting in the feeling of being triggered instead of immediately numbing it, okay, avoiding it, or blaming someone else for it. I used to numb my feelings so bad. I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't. I couldn't. But once I started down the road of confronting instead of numbing, things started to shift uh, in directions that I never thought I'd be capable of going. Okay? And here's the part that's really going to sting. Inner work means taking responsibility for your healing, even though the hurt wasn't your fault. What happened to you? Not your fault. What you do about it now, your responsibility. No one else's. Okay. And I know that feels unfair because you didn't deserve what happened. Okay. It is unfair. It's so unfair. You shouldn't have to do this work. You didn't ask for this. You shouldn't have to heal from the damage that you didn't cause. But here's the harsh reality: nobody's coming to do your push ups for you. Nobody. Nobody can. Nobody can. Let's shift to outer work. Outer work is where you start building the evidence that contradicts the lies that you were told. Okay? They said you were too damaged. So you build something beautiful. They said you'd never make it without them. You proved them wrong by thriving. They said your voice didn't matter. Oh, you speak louder with the boom, right? No, can you hear me now? Right? But here's where survivors mess this up. They wait for the confidence to come before taking the action. I'll start my business when I feel confident. I'll set the boundary when I'm strong enough. I'll go after that dream when I'm healed. You're going to be waiting forever. Okay. Because confidence doesn't show up before you do the thing. Confidence shows up after. Look what I did. Look at this thing. Isn't that cool? Look what I accomplished. Wow. I did that. Confidence shows up after you do the thing that's scared, and you realize that you survived it. Action builds belief in yourself, not the other way around. You can't wait for belief in yourself to come and then take action. It doesn't work. It doesn't happen that way. Sure as hell wish it did, because if it did, I'd be. It wouldn't have taken me 20 years to get to where I'm at right now. But that's okay. It's okay. The point is, I'm here now, and we're talking, right? So outer work is taking imperfect action. It's doing the thing before you feel ready. It's failing, learning, and trying again. Pivoting when it doesn't work out. That's okay. It's sending the email even though your hands are shaking, terrified. You're sending that email off. You're taking your chances. It's having the hard conversation even though your voice is cracking. You're standing up for yourself. You're terrified, but you're doing it. Okay? It's starting the project even though you have no idea what you're doing. This podcast, I have no idea what the hell I was doing, but I had a message and I had purpose and I had passion. And that was all that I needed. That was all that I needed. I'll figure the rest out. You show up even when you feel like a fraud. It's going to come. It's going to come to you. That imposter syndrome, knock that shit off. Okay? Just knock that shit. Get out of here. Right? Imposter syndrome. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. Because here's what happens when you take action despite the fear. You prove to yourself that you can. And every time you prove it, that belief in yourself gets stronger. That voice inside of you gets louder. That motivation grows. And you can feel that power start to build. It starts in the gut and it builds up. And you feel it and it just comes out of you. Okay. and now we get to my favorite part, the rebellion work. I love rebellion work. Why? Because I like to think I'm a rebel. A rebel with a cause this time. I have a cause, right? Before I had no cause. Now I have a cause. It's you guys. It's helping you guys get to where you need to be. Okay? This is where you stop playing by the rules of your abuser, your toxic family, or what society trained you to follow. We're going to rebel against that. Screw that. We're not doing it no more, right? So think about it. What rules are you still following that were designed to keep you small? To keep you thinking you can't? To keep you thinking you can't? To keep you thinking you won't? You shouldn't. Okay? Don't make waves. Be nice when people hurt you. Don't ask for too much from other people. Your needs are selfish. You should be grateful for what you have. Any of that sound familiar? I'm sure you can list a few more. Rebellion work is breaking every single one of those rules on purpose, loudly. Kind of like the Greeks who break the plates in the restaurant. That's so cool. I've always wanted to do that. I've never been anywhere to do that, but I thought that would be so much fun. But it's just like that, just breaking those plates on purpose, loudly, unapologetically. It's saying no without explaining yourself. It's setting boundaries that make people feel uncomfortable. It's taking up space unapologetically. I'm here. Y'all are going to have to just deal with me. It's choosing yourself even when people call you selfish. Well, yeah, I have needs too. How dare you think that my needs don't matter? And if doing the thing they said you couldn't, too. It's doing the thing they said that you couldn't, just to prove them wrong. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to show you. Right? And you know what's beautiful about rebellion work? It's so much fun. It's so much fun because there's something deeply satisfying about becoming exactly what they said you'd never be. It's so fun. It's so freaking fun. I'm trying to cuss a little less, guys. It's so freaking fun. They said you'd fall apart without them, so you thrive. They said you were too broken to fix. Become whole on your own terms. They said you'd always need them. Build a life so good they become irrelevant. And the best revenge isn't getting even. It's becoming someone who no longer needs revenge because you're too busy dominating your own damn life. I'm too busy to care about you. How cool is that, right? All right. Here's your action challenge. And I dare you to actually do this. In the next 24 hours, do one act of rebellion, one thing that breaks the old rules, one thing that proves you're not who they said you were. It could be anything. Okay? It could be saying no without apologizing. Hey, Amy, can you? No. Well, why not? I don't know. Don't feel like it. I don't want to. Okay. It could be posting something real and vulnerable online. It could be asking for what you want without shrinking yourself. It could be doing the thing you've been too scared to try. It could just be taking up space in a room where you'd normally make yourself small. Whatever it is, do it. And then come back and tell me about it. I want to hear about you breaking free. I want to be a part of that experience. I want to hear it. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. And listen, if you've made it this far in the episode, number one, I love you. Okay. And number two, I already know something about you that you don't know. You don't know this about you yet, but I know. You're still fighting. You're still here. You're still looking for answers. You're still looking for hope, for a way forward. And that tells me everything I need to know about your strength. You don't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do because you're lazy. You complain because you're scared. Scared that if you do the work and it doesn't fix everything, then maybe you really are broken. You're scared that if you try and fail, you'll prove them right. You're scared that if you heal, you'll have to let go of the identity you've built around being hurt. And I get it. I get it. I've been there. And I'm here to tell you that you're not broken. You're just stuck between who you were and who you're becoming. And in that in between space, it's uncomfortable as hell, right? It's purgatory. But here's what I need you to hear: your pain is not your prison, right? It's your training ground. Every moment you survived, that's proof you're stronger than you think. Every scar is evidence that you fought and won. Every day that you're still here, that's choosing yourself even when it's hard. So stop waiting for permission and stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start doing the work. Messy, imperfect, unglamorous work. Do it. Journal when it feels pointless. Set boundaries even when they make people mad. Take action even when you're terrified, and choose yourself even when it feels selfish. Okay? Because here's the truth that they don't want you to know: you are not what was done to you, you are what you do next. And what you do next is up to you, nobody else. So you've got a choice. You've got two paths in front of you. Path one, you stay stuck. You keep complaining, you keep waiting, you keep hoping things magically get better while you do the same things you've always done. Path two, you do the damn work, face the discomfort, take imperfect action, build the results you want, one small step at a time. Both paths are hard. Okay. But only one of them leads somewhere that's worth going. So, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Are you going to spend another year wondering why your life hasn't changed? Or are you going to look back a year from now and barely recognize yourself? Because you built something beautiful out of the ashes. Survival, it's boring, right? We did that. We did the survival game. And you didn't come this far to just come this far. You came out of hell so you could dominate. So you could build something beautiful out of the ashes, so that you could prove the worst thing that ever happened to you wasn't strong enough to stop you. It wasn't. And I need you to know that you're not alone in this. There's a whole community of warriors who are doing this work right alongside you. We're in the trenches together. We're choosing ourselves together. We're building lives we're proud of together. And we're saving a seat for you. Here. All right. If this episode hit you in the gut, if you feel that uncomfortable recognition of, oh shit, that's me. She talked about me. That's my story. Then don't just nod along and forget about it by tomorrow. Here's what I want you to do next. Okay? Subscribe to the channel. All right. I feature experts, other survivors who've walked the same paths, stories of how they fought back and won, healed themselves, and built something passionate and purposeful from the wreckage. Real advice that really works in real life, not just Instagram quotes on a pretty background. That don't help. Okay? That's cool to read. Pretty words. What the hell are the pretty words going to do in your life? Nothing. Okay? Follow Passion from Pain everywhere. Community is building. Comment, like, engage with other people who are commenting. You're not alone. Everything that you need to actually do the work instead of just thinking about it is here. It's here. Okay. And if you really want to get serious, join the Survivors Inner Circle on Facebook. Okay, it's a Facebook group that I created just for the survivors to come and post and talk and vent and heal and exchange ideas. That's where the conversations are happening. Okay, where people share their wins, their struggles, their breakthroughs, where you realize you're not crazy, you're not alone, and you're not the only one fighting this fight. Okay. And if this episode helped you, then share it. Send it to someone who needs to hear this. Post it. Tag me, please. Because every time you share this work, you're helping another survivor find their way out of the dark. And listen, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but what if I do the work and it's still not enough? What if I'm really broken? Let me tell you something. I thought the same thing for years. Okay. I believed that I was too damaged, too far gone, too broken to ever be whole again. In fact, I don't think there was a time I was ever whole. I didn't know what that was. Okay. But then I showed up and I did the work anyway. Not because I believed it would fix me, but because I was tired of staying stuck. And you know what? I'm not fixed. I'm not perfect. I still have hard days. I still get triggered. I still have moments where I feel like I'm back at square one. It happens. But I'm not the same person I was, and that's the whole point. I know how to pull myself out. I know what to do. Okay? Because I did the work. You don't do the work to become perfect. You do the work to become free. Baby, I'm free. I'm free. Free from the story, okay, that they told you about who you are. Free from the cage you've been living in. And free to build the life that is yours. So stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Start doing the work. Messy, imperfect, unglamorous work. One day at a time, one boundary at a time, one brave choice at a time. Survival is boring. Let's dominate this life. Okay? This is Passion from Pain. I'm Amy Pease, and I will see you all in the next one. I love you guys. Bye.